It's been a while since I've done the Pumpkin Valley Practice Road Race, and it's been even longer since I had filmed one for you. So I figured it was about time. Hey cycling community, and in case you haven't figured this out, this is Steve Grusis, the Cycling Greek. We just completed a neutral lap and I'm sitting in third position. We have an attack from a Velo Kings rider, and there's a Velo Kings rider at the front, and I think that's Diego. And we have Joe in back of him from Ascend Racing, and then we have another Velo Kings rider that just came up and just is monitoring things. Now, if this was young Cycling Greek, I would have jumped after him, but this is old Cycling Greek, really old Cycling Greek, so I'm just riding wheels. And jumping forward, this is the reason why I'm riding wheels, not just because I'm really old, but because we have this climb coming up after this 180. Usually in the past when I've done this ride, I get spit out on this very first climb. Sometimes I make it to the second lap, and then I'll get spit out on this climb on the second lap. All I want to do now is be able to hold my position and not redline. Fortunately, Joe is closing the gap with Diego, but doing it in a nice, even fashion. This is how you use up less energy, especially compared to stomping on the pedals, using a boatload of watts, and closing the gap in quick fashion. Richard from Velo Kings, who attacked right after the start, has been brought back into the fold. And fortunately, I see everybody stacked up behind me, but no one is elected to attack yet. Pace is picking up. I'm doing over 400 watts, but we're going nice and even, so I'm still hanging in there. This practice race, like many times before, is a bit of a test for me. The reason it's a test is that it's been such a long time since I've come out here and done this, and that if you remember in my previous video, if you've seen it, that doing strong, flat efforts and also what I'll call sprint hills is a weakness of mine, and this course is nothing but that. Back to the screen, the pace is still nice and even, and fortunately within my abilities. Now, Diego pulls off, and Joe doesn't want to have anything to do with going to the front. So here I am, and so I don't want to have anything to do with going to the front, but what am I going to do? So when in doubt, you just punch it. I was thinking if I kept it nice and even, then that would be jumped. So by doing this, I'm going to get a little daylight, not much, but then I can control the pace a little bit by punching it hard and then dialing back just a little bit so I don't go redline, and then I'll have a little strength built up so when they eventually attack, like they're attacking now. Now, I'm not going to jump after those guys. I'm going to wait till somebody goes by me that's just a little bit slower. And fortunately, I have, since I was at the front, I have a lot of people behind me. Now, I am hurting a bit, and I see Joe there, and he's looking back. I think Joe's watching out for me, so bless Joe for that. So that way I'm able to get on some wheels. And thankfully, I found a wheel now. And also, thankfully, there's a lot of riders behind me, so I have some more buffer back there. Now, Joe's at the front pulling, and there is a Velo Kings rider on his wheels. So the Velo Kings guy is not going to pull through because there's a lot of Velo Kings, very strong Velo King riders out in the break ahead. And that's my teammate Dave right there. So the fortunate thing for us is that Joe's forte is time trialing. Jumping forward a bit, I've been doing around 400 watts, and now people are starting to attack as Joe got us there. He didn't get us all the way there, but he got us close enough where people start thinking that they can make it across on their own. So people are jumping. I'm not jumping because I don't have a lot of jump in my legs. And now, again, I'm looking for another wheel that I can grab onto that I can survive and stay with the pack. You'll notice on my rear camera insert in the upper right-hand corner, there's not a lot of people left. There's some there, but fortunately it's Grupo Compacto and I haven't had to use them all. But I am toward the back. I need to get me some more buffer. Jumping forward again, apparently I was a little gassed because when we turned to go downhill, I took a bit of a rest and, well, this is not the way to get a little buffer back. And all of a sudden, there's my teammate Dave again, and all of a sudden I'm at the back. I'm the caboose. Jumping forward again, we are now on the valley floor of this 3.9 mile circuit, and you can look ahead between the riders there, you'll see another group of riders. So those are going to be, that's the breakaway. You have a group of 2 and I think a group of 3 that are chasing the lead pack. While that lead group is made up of some pretty strong riders, in fact, most of the strong riders in this group, we still have some strong riders here, and they're going to be picking up the pace, and that means I'm going to be on borrowed time. When you are as old as I am, racing against this quality field, you're always on borrowed time. Jumping forward to, as we approach the 180, I get to take stock. I see a breakaway of 5 riders being chased by a group of 4, and then there's a group of 6 that are chasing after them. So now we're hitting the 180, and I am trying to take this turn as fast as possible, but still get a big gap there, and so I'm trying to get up to him. I'm pounding to get up there, and that's costing me some energy. My teammate Dave goes up there. I'm not able to grab his wheel, and then we have a lot of riders that are dropping back back behind us. And this guy who put in a big jump there is dying off a bit, and Dave is making it up to that group, but I'm not able to. I've redlined and I'm not recovering as quick, and those guys are just right there, and I would love to be able to get that wheel that just went by me, but damn, I can't. So now I'm just pedaling in, and I kind of figure that once I get to that corner, I'll just keep on going straight and then just ride about another 15-17 miles to get home. A couple riders come by me strongly, but I just I'm cooked, so I don't do much of anything to try and get on their wheels. Even though I'm pretty heat adapted, even though I was not feeling the heat during this ride, when I hit that red line, then I can feel the effect of the heat. I realize that may not make much sense, but that's the best way I can describe it. Once I got my legs under me, I turned around and saw that Chelsea, the cycling archaeologist, and check out her Instagram. She has a lot of good stories on there. I'll have that link below in the description. Was coming up, and so what I wanted to do was at least get her up to some other riders. Hang on, jump there. I figured pulling her up to someone else will cook me even more, and that will prevent me from wanting to go around and do another lap, because I need to get home, and time and daylight is starting to run out. And I figure this is going to be my last pull I can do for her, because she'll be leaving California for Texas at the end of the month. And I'm finally able to, I yell at this guy to get on our wheel, and which he does. And so now I'm trying to pull up to the next group of riders. After a few more pedal strokes, I realized that was a nice thought, but that wasn't going to happen. So I figure I'm going to get as close as I can and let these guys jump across. This coming Sunday, I'll be doing a couple crits up in Livermore, California, so that'll give me a chance to do some more flatland type of work. All right here I just about die out. I'll let these guys go. I hope you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it. As always, remember, comment, like, subscribe. The Cycling Greek.